Cheers, everybody. We're back again to talk about One Piece this week. I know I'm a bit late this week, but unfortunately, I had things to do this week. But we're back. We're back now again. Middle of the week, bit late, but hey, it's a break week, so we can talk about a load of stuff. So I won't lie. When that final panel dropped this week, I lost my shit. I went insane. I was like, this is just life, man. Life is just great, you know? One Piece is honestly on a whole another level. Like I see a lot of hate for One Piece on different platforms, and I know it's all fun and games, but like realistically, man, nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. No matter what if you're going for the emotional writing, you've got the Ripley stuff, the Ripley and Colin stuff in this last chapter. If you're going for the humor, you know, you got Summer's face, and if you're going and all the different gags and stuff, and if you're going for the badass action or incredible art, you've got everything in this chapter, and then that final panel in specific. That was the most crazy shit I have ever seen. Massive giant black dragon the size of like probably 10 times the size of Elbath or something like that. Just standing being like, yo lads, let's go. You know? Huge, just ready for action. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god. It just left me speechless, man. It genuinely left me speechless. Like, Oda knows what he's doing having Luffy riding all these dragons, because he just knows how cool it is, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. And then he just builds it up, man. He builds it up so well. Like, in fairness to, I'm going to go back to Horikoshi here for a second. In fairness to Horikoshi was good with this as well when it came to, like, the leaving people on a cliffhanger. But Oda, especially recently, he's done a brilliant job with it when it comes to the Elbath arc. You know, because there's always something you're like super excited for. I remember during the Rocks flashback, man, every week he'd leave me on a cliffhanger where he'd be like, man, I want more. And this is one of those things. And then the thing with Oda is he'll go on a break week and you're just sitting there like, I want more, I want more. But at the same time, you're like, please take care of your health, Oda. Please take care of your health, you know? So it's like the dichotomy of being a One Piece fan, man, is crazy because you're desperate for more chapters, but you also want Oda to take his break so he doesn't die on you. You know what I mean? But it, like, honestly, man, it was an incredible chapter. We got some character building for Ripley and Colin. I really like Colin. I think he's so nuanced, you know, and I really like that in the child characters. Like, we obviously had that with Momo, and it was really well done, right? Momo was incredible in terms of his development. Like, I remember despising that guy when he first got introduced in Punk Hazard. He was just a gag character, and he was really, really dumb. But in the latter half of the season of the arc, when like Momo gets all his speeches and stuff, and we get moments in Zou and in Wano, man, you just know Oda's gonna do something amazing with him, man. And then he does it in Wano. Wano was amazing for Momo. No matter what you think of Momo, his speeches, his character development in Wano, and when you realize who he's being compared to, you're like, yeah, man, there's levels to this man, and you genuinely fall in love with his character. You know, like that Zou moment means so much to me when Luffy's just like, I need to hear from you. That's when he grows as a character, when he has to take that responsibility. And obviously Colin is in a different situation, so he's not gonna have to do that. So using that to show a mother's compassion for their child in such a way, beautiful, man. And it was great for Ripley, showing how, you know, in order to be married to such a strong and badass man, you know, you got to be a strong and badass woman yourself, you know? She knows what to do. She's like, I'm not letting you take my son down, man. And if you're taking him down, I'm going down with him, you know? And like just the emotion behind that panel. Oda, like, he's just incredible at writing these moments with these characters, man. And I love the fact that, like, although it's a serious moment, Summers just makes it so much better because he's just sitting there like, oh, this is hilarious, man. I can't. I love this, man. I love this. All this pain and suffering. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Because he's shitting himself. He's like, Emu's going to kick my ass, man. Oh my god. Actually, wait. I need to check the official real quick because I did see online that, like, Emu was referred to as a he at some stage, right? And I don't. Was that said in the official as well? I don't see it. Maybe it wasn't. Because I know people were like, oh, this confirms Emu's gender, right? but I don't see it here right now. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was just a translation error on the scans that came out early. Because I kept seeing it online. I got spoiled on that. It was like emu gender reveal. It's like, oh, okay, right. But I don't see it in the official because I have the official up here just to go through. But I don't see it just by looking at it. But man, honestly, that was an incredible part of the chapter. Was Summer's stuff. Like Summer's character's been great because he's just so hateable, but he's like having the time of his life while being the most hateable bastard on the planet. You know, it's like a less cooler Doflamingo, but he's got funnier faces. Do you know what I mean? It's really cool. I really like that he's making this whole Holy Knights interesting characters in one way or another, whether it's through, their relation to other characters, whether it's through their backstories, whether it's through, just how they act in the story. It's great. Like I like having new characters to get attached to, whether they're scumbags or not, and it's just so funny. And it brings characters to these people who are probably going to end up being final opponents for either the Revolutionary Army or for the Straw Hats. I just don't see Summers being a final boss for like Sanji. I don't know why, but he just doesn't come across as a Sanji final boss. For some reason, he comes across as like a Robin final boss, which will be really, really cool. But we don't have enough information on any of these guys besides the fact that Shamrock is either going to fight Luffy or fight Shanks. Probably Shanks. Do you know what I mean? So, like, there's not that much there for that, you know? It could even be Zoro, man. Imagine it's Zoro. That would be crazy. If Zoro got to fight against Shamrock, that'd be crazy. Three-headed dog. Because do we have another swordsman? I don't think we have another major swordsman in the Holy Knights. So that'd be cool. Because you could argue that Garling is going to fight against Dragon or Shanks. Shanks has a lot more matchups now that we have more Holy Knight information. He really does. Like, he could have a Luffy Shanks matchup. He has a Garling Shanks matchup, a Shanks Shamrock matchup. Even his connection to the Holy Knights makes it seem like he could have an Emu matchup. He could have a Blackbeard matchup. He could have an Akainu matchup. There's so many matchups Shanks could have at this stage at the end of the story. It's honestly really exciting to see. Like, Shanks has a lot of opportunity to really show himself in this final stretch of the story, which we really need to see because we haven't got much of him. He's been constant build up. It's like Dragon, right? Everyone's talking about Loki right now, and I love Loki, man. But I will always be Dragon's #1 supporter, man. I believe when he shows up in the story, he is going to go above and beyond, man. He is just going to be that much higher, like, that much more incredible. I genuinely think, like, because I keep going back to Naruto, man. Minato, when Minato was introduced, man, he was the coolest guy on planet Earth, man. And when he got to display his stuff, it was even better. I think, because Kishimoto and Oda are very close. And I know he doesn't take a lot of story stuff from Kishimoto, but the badass dads, it has to be one of them, man. It has to be one of them. We got it with Colin. We got it with Momonosuke and Odin. We got all these badass dads in the story, and then obviously you got the dickhead ones, but they still are badass. Kaido, biggest bastard in the world, but he's still a badass. But like, that's the thing. So I'm still stocking those stocks. But I wonder if he's gonna show up because there's so much to go on now, and I said this in a previous video before, that after this I really think the destruction of Elbaf is coming, because we've got to the stage now where we're at the start of the final saga. We had a beginning arc, which was Egghead, and now we have Elbaf, right? And if we think about every second arc in the series, so if we think in the New World, right, the first arc was Return to Sabaody, and then the second arc was Fishman. And in Fishman, they were talking about how Luffy's going to destroy the world, man. Luffy's going to destroy the world. Yeah. But what happened? Yeah. He didn't destroy Fishman Island. Yeah. But now that he is Joy Boy and he's awakened to this prophecy, he will destroy Elbaf, and it will force the giants to mingle across the human society and like kind of bond with humans. Probably cause some friction, but in the long term, it will force them to spread out and not be isolated, and then that will cause a problem for the world government, man. That'd be the most. I think that works out in the long term. It won't work. Realistically, it wouldn't work out in the short term, but I could definitely see that going crazy even if it's just to like increase the number of pirates on the sea, like dramatically, because you got every giant having to go to sea. You know, that stuff would be crazy. It would also bring, as I said, a good mix to the theme of peace and warriorism, because they would have to be kind of warriors as going to sea, but they can spread peace and love by helping humans and helping everybody and kind of bringing that understanding that Harold taught them and bringing that to the rest of the world at a specific time to go against Emu, you know? Oh, I can't wait. There's so many options, and we're gonna get a dragon fight, man. Oh, I can't wait. A dragon versus emu is gonna be crazy. With with Luffy just going nuts. He might use Loki as a skipping rope again and just whack emu with it. He just gets a whip. Luffy becomes a dominatrix, man. Just starts whipping the crap out of emu. You know, it would go insane. Ah, it would be incredible. Do we even get much of an emu panel? We don't even get that much of emu in this chapter. There's just one panel of emu. But man, going back to that Ripley stuff though, what an incredible panel. Like, I'm actually going through it again. Like, what a go. What a go. We love our mothers in One Piece, man. They're incredible. That just devastates me even more though, I can't lie. Like, Oda makes these incredible female characters, these incredible mother figures, and then they just die, man. I'm still devastated about Ida, man. Ida, I am still devastated, man. It's one of these characters that reminded me so much of my own mother, and it just hurt my soul, man. It just genuinely hurt my soul, because it was like, I don't have that many characters who remind me that much of my own mother. And when Ida is so similar, oh, it was devastating when she it was devastating when I decided to kill her off. I was really hoping she was the person Loki was talking to, which we still haven't figured out, by the way. I know the theory moved on to Shirahoshi, which was crazy. I haven't heard that much recently, but God, man, that would be insane, genuinely. But to close it off, though, I do think the theory of Elbaf being destroyed by the end of the arc is highly possible, because it will force the Elbaf giants to like go out into the world, bring kind of not a new pirate age, but like increasing the need for marines, making the marines more spread out and more scarce, and then leaving an opening for Dragon, Blackbeard, and Luffy in different scenarios being able to attack the world government and having a bigger advantage and making a perfect opportunity for someone to go after the One Piece. But that's like my best idea, I think, for what might happen at the end of the arc. But what are your guys' thoughts? What do you think will happen at the end of this arc? Let me know below, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers, everybody.